Disclaimer, this video and all of this channel's content is not for kids and is satire. Please do not take anything seriously. But I, Talking Tom, did all this stuff in universe. So if you're under the age of 13, please click off of this video. Anyways, on to the show. Once upon a time, I was at a swimming pool, and I pulled out my pants, and I shoved my dick in an old man's ear. Oh. Once upon a time, I joined a karate class, and I immediately got banned because I karate chopped the instructor's dick, and he turned into a pretzel. Once upon a time, I had hardcore sex with a microwave. Once upon a time, I was in town, and I saw a sleeping homeless man, so I just dropped a big fat dookie all over him, and he started yelling like a fucking maniac. Once upon a time, I was at the zoo, and I went to the gorilla exhibit, and I threw a slice of cheese at one of the gorillas. Did I disrespect the homeless? Today I was at the grocery store, and some homeless fuckface asked me for some spare change, so I slapped him in the fucking face and told him to buy a fucking house. One time, me and my girlfriend were watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and then when the hot dog dance song played, I asked her if she wanted to see my hot dog. I lost my virginity at Dave & Buster's. Oh. Once upon a time, I was at Universal Studios, and I tried to ride the globe, and when the guards tried to catch me, I beat them up with karate moves. Once upon a time, I was at Super Nintendo World, and I raged so bad at the clock game that I destroyed it Crash Bandicoot style. Once upon a time, I was at a gas station, and I needed to use the restroom, but the cashier yelled at me and said that someone was using the restroom and that I had to wait, so I threw a Gatorade at him. Once upon a time, a motherfucker tried to steal my wallet, so I took a cactus and shoved it up his butt. Once upon a time, I was sick at work, so I asked my boss if I could go home early, and he yelled at me and said no, so I grabbed him by the shirt and threw up all over him. Once upon a time, my boss took me to the zoo, so I threw him in the gorilla exhibit. Once upon a time, I was in jail for shitting in my neighbor's mailbox as a prank, and some fat guy in my jail cell tried to clap my booty cheeks, so I punched him in the balls 50 times. By the way, I only got a week in jail for good behavior. Once upon a time, I was at a carnival, and I was playing one of the rigged games, and I lost, so I punched the guy running the game in the balls. Once upon a time, I was watching the Cleveland show, but Talking Ben wanted to watch Family Feud, so I threw rocks at the TV. Once upon a time, my girlfriend Talking Angela took me to go see Elemental, but that movie sucks, so I destroyed the movie screen. Once upon a time, I was at work, and my boss yelled at me that I need to work harder, so I hacked his computer to where it only plays Loud House because that show sucks. Once upon a time, me and my friend Talking Ben and my girlfriend Talking Angela broke into an abandoned high school and we started having a snowball fight with pencil sharpeners. Once upon a time, I was watching Alice in Wonderland and Talking Ben was dissing the movie and that pissed me off so bad because I like that movie, so I threw a chair at him. Once upon a time, I was at a water park, and the lifeguard guy told me that I couldn't go on yet, so I punched him in the balls and slid down the slide anyway. Once upon a time, I was playing with a jack-in-the-box, and it scared me, so I took it to the backyard and set it on fire. Once upon a time, I was at a retro game store, and I asked the cashier if he had Super Mario 64, and he said no, so I took a SpongeBob Funko Pop off one of the shelves and threw it at him. Once upon a time, I was checking out my groceries, and old lady was taking a really long time, so I threw a banana at her. Once upon a time, I was on the public bus because my car broke down and two motherfuckers wouldn't shut the fuck up and stop arguing, so I yelled at them to shut the fuck up. Once upon a time, I was in the toy aisle and some fat guy told me that I was stupid, so I broke his dick with a Jurassic Park toy. Once upon a time, I tried to trade some random guy's Charizard for my Squirtle, and he said no, so I stole his Pokemon binder and set it on fire. Once upon a time, I was at a flea market, and I saw a Shrek figure, so I asked how much it was, and the seller said $5 million, so I punched him in the balls and took the Shrek figure. Once upon a time, I was on a date with my girlfriend Talking Angela, and we had our date at a sushi restaurant, and I didn't feel like paying $100 for all the food, so we just snuck out of the restaurant. Once upon a time, I was watching Disney Channel while eating breakfast, and Girl Meets World started playing, and that pissed me off because I don't like that show, so I threw my bowl of cereal at the TV screen. Once upon a time, I was at the circus and it was getting boring, so I shouted, "Boring!" So I went to where they were performing the act and I started having a rap battle with Kanye West. Once upon a time, I was watching Inuyasha and Talking Ben said that the characters look like emo retards, so I destroyed the living room. But to be honest, I don't really think I like Inuyasha anymore, so I basically did that for nothing and Talking Ben was right. Once upon a time, I was at an Easter egg hunt and some idiot told me that I suck at hunting for eggs, so I shoved one of my eggs up his butt. Once upon a time, I was at the dentist, and the dentist said that I sucked at brushing my teeth, so I took the water squirty thing and squirted him with water. One time I didn't want to take my vitamins, so I poured the jar into the toilet and flushed them. Once upon a time when I was in high school, I farted in my science teacher's face and he turned into a fucking skeleton. Once upon a time, a bird stole my sandwich, so I grabbed it and put it near my ass and just fucking ripped one in its face. Once upon a time, I was playing my Game Boy on the balcony, and I accidentally dropped it and then heard someone screaming in pain. Once upon a time, I was at the retirement home visiting my grandma, but I got bored, so I started watching porn, but accidentally casted it to the TV. Once upon a time, I was at the store, and I said nice melons, and one of the girl workers at the store slapped me in the face. Bro, I was talking about the watermelons. Once upon a time, I was at Claire's, and I asked them if they had any Sailor Moon stuff, and they said no, so I destroyed the entire store with a golf club. Once upon a time, I was at Top Golf, and I kept losing, so I raged so bad that I threw French fries at an old lady. Once upon a time, I was having a cookout with the neighbors, and I was walking into some random room because I was looking for the bathroom, and I accidentally walked in on the neighbors having sex. I have an important update. I like Inuyasha again, so when Talking Ben was talking shit about the show, I slapped him in the face with a piano. Once upon a time, I met Queso, and when it was my turn to meet him, I shoved a salad down his throat. Once upon a time, I was being a whack job, so I took a flute and ripped acid to it, but I accidentally felt shit slipping out, and I shit into the flute. Once upon a time, I was at a corn maze, and I got banned because I was cheating at the corn maze, and I ate all the corn. Once upon a time, I was watching porn, and Talking Ben walked into the room, so I threw the remote at him. Once upon a time, I broke into a daycare, and I hacked the TVs to play Family Guy 24/7, and I destroyed all the remotes and destroyed all the off switches. Once upon a time, I was being a superhero, and I accidentally body slammed an old lady because I thought she was a villain. Once upon a time, I was at the movies with my girlfriend Talking Angela and my friend Talking Ben, and we were watching The Grinch, and some little shit wouldn't stop crying, so I went up to them with a megaphone and shouted at them to shut the fuck up. And then a few minutes later, the cops walked into the theater and questioned us. Once upon a time, I was being the substitute teacher for my nephew Talking Ginger because his fat-ass principal forced me to. Instead of assigning work, I just played Family Guy for them and wrote swear words on the chalkboard. Once upon a time, me and my girlfriend Talking Angela were watching the Barbie movie because we liked that movie and wanted to watch it, but this group of idiots wouldn't shut the fuck up and stop shouting, so I pissed in a cup and splashed it all over them. Once upon a time, I was at a Inuyasha convention, and I dressed up as Inuyasha, and someone made fun of my cosplay, so I sliced their dick off with my sword. Once upon a time, I was at the mall, and I airdropped a video of Ben taking a shit, and he got mad at me. Once upon a time, I was watching Panty and Stalking, and my friend Talking Ben thought I was watching porn, so I threw a guitar at him. Breaking news, I accidentally stapled my nutsack this morning.
Were you using my limited edition Kanye West stapler?
Yeah?
Whee!
Once upon a time, I bought Pop the Pig as in the board game, and I thought it said Poop the Pig, so I shat into the mouth of the game. Once upon a time, I was on drugs, and according to Talking Ben, I took a bite out of the drywall. Once upon a time, when I was in high school, and I was in science class, I accidentally cooked meth and got suspended. Once upon a time, I was at a hotel with my friends and my girlfriend, so I ripped the sink out of the wall and used it as a sled and slid down the stairs of the hotel. Once upon a time, I was using the vacuum, and I got the bright idea to use it on my dick, and then I ended up in the hospital. Once upon a time, an entitled Karen forced me to be a clown at a birthday party, but I accidentally ordered a scary clown costume, and I gave all the kids PTSD. Once upon a time, I was at a garage sale, and I saw some fat guy buy a Sega Master System, so I drop-kicked him and ran off with the Sega Master System.